folks, welcome back for another episode of Our Journeys. And this session is going to feature Fluffy Fries 99, who is relatively new to the game, but has been making waves. Apparently, the key is to have Fluffy in your name. So whether it's K Fluffy, Fluffy Fries, J Fluffy, Fluffy Money, whatever it happens to be, just make sure Fluffy is in your name and you should be good to go.
May you walk on warm sands.
So all we know right now, all I know is that this is Fluffy Fries. This is an experimental scout deck he's been working on. He said he hasn't seen anything like it, but he won't tell me anything else about it. And he was like, "Let me go. We'll go ahead and play first. I don't want to spoil the surprise." So I'm really excited to see what exactly this deck is up to. And we are running Arachis' Sorcerer deck.
What are we going after?
Okay. See now, and I always feel a little bit bad with these kind of things because I want to let the decks flourish, but I also don't want to like not play around stuff. So we'll just have to see how it goes.
They've no move.
But yeah, I actually wanted to do. How dare you, sir? Let's see here. So allow him to survive. We're gonna hold off on the amulet for the moment. I think we can find a better use for it. But yeah, I wanted to use Arachis'. He had a Covenant deck he built, but just as I was going in to take a quick look at the deck list, I happened to click. How many times have you done this? You click on, like you misclick, and you end up. Oh, let's see. Do I have to make room for that? Could break this out. I don't know that we have another way to do anything with it. Let's just try this.
Out of my way, worm.
Let's just try that for now. I really have no idea what he's cooking, so I don't know. There's nothing that I'm playing around in particular. I'm just kind of.
What are we going after?
All right. I have a feeling that the fence is important, and unfortunately, we have no way to nullify him at the moment. Oh, he's got two of them! Holy cow! Well, that's probably incredibly bad for all of us. Alright, so High King's gonna have to come out. Get rid of this. And then we can Abner Tharn. If he survives, we can Abner Tharn next turn to get rid of the other Thieves Guild. Because I think that's really... I have a feeling that that's... Oh no! Well, that's okay, because... Wait. Abner? What is his? Deal 2 damage for each friendly creature with a ward. So as long as he has a ward, we should be able to do 4 damage. Wow. Alright, so he's gained a lot of... Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do this first.
I will not be on the wrong side of history.
So that we're not...
I'll sort you out.
Alright, so I'm a little nervous. We didn't kill him! Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Alright, that was my bad. That was a miscalculation. I don't know. Oh, because... I should have played the Wardcrafter first. That was a misplay on my part. Oopsie. Oopsie.
A grievous error.
So now his little guy is still alive. And we have got a nice board, but, you know, this is one of those times where you just don't know what shenanigans are gonna... I mean, this could be a Market Archer. Or a, Market Scout. Alright. Oh yeah, I smell shenanigans. So if he's got a Soul Tear, obviously he can't do the Resurrection, but if he's got the... He's got that lane.
The Black Hand sees all.
The cards are just flying all over the place. Alright, so despite our best efforts, it looks like he has managed to go up. I have a feeling if we can't finish it this turn, we are in for a hurting. Let's see, do we have any way to get around the guards? No draw. Can't kill that. Alright, well...
I'll sort you out. I'll sort you out.
Let's see.
I will have your
And he's going to drain a ton. Let's go ahead and do this. We only lost one, so that was lucky. That was almost a misplay on my part. And we'll go with Discerning Thief, because I don't think Galen is... There's no good Galen targets there. Probably could have Galened the Conjurer there, so... Now he's not doing the Alduin Resurrection. We didn't see that as a thing. Okay.
Leave no move we can't anticipate.
I lurk in the shadows.
We might have avoided the shenanigans. No, we did not. There it goes. Whole lane again, but we do have...
This one is in no mood for you.
This 1+1. Shoot. Still not enough. Let's go ahead and get her out of the way.
Let me take out the disrespect the thought.
Alright, so all we can do...
Power flies from the light of the three. Disrespect the thought.
Yeah, we'll just leave that for now. So yeah, I don't know if things are off the rails or if this is exactly as he has anticipated. Continuing to be able to put up those guards, and with the amulet.
There is murder in the air.
I think that's all of his finish offs, I think. Oof, another amulet, that's a problem.
So predictable.
There goes our Shadow Lane. Alright. Yeah, we need the reach here. It's got all the draw stuff. But yeah, as I was saying, like I was trying to do the Covenant thing, but then as I was like trying to click on the list, the game hiccuped, and I ended up clicking on one of the cards, taking it out of the... Alright. Okay, that could be... That's actually very helpful. That might actually be the win right here.
The best protection money can buy.
Yeah, that's it. Oh no! Oh, whoops! Oops!
A grievous error.
Dang it! I think we would have had that, because yeah, that was my fault. My gosh. We'll save him.
I do hope that troublesome knight is around.
I punted that. Gosh darn it. I mean, not completely 100% punted, but probably punted, yes.
We know.
And I should have shackled that.
See my blade coming.
You know, like I said, always draw first. Ooh, and there's the thing. And he's going to be out of range, I think.
What are we going after?
Oof.
There is murder in the air.
We're going to be one off again. Okay, now 2 off. Yeah, shoot. I miscalculated. But we get to see the deck go off. That's, I guess, the plus. Alright, so let's see here. So,
Behold, my magnificent
Manic Jack
monster.
gets here. He does get charged. Wow.
Let's do the fist.
You've messed with the wrong man.
Time to die.
No, he didn't again! Wow.
May the fates smile on Khajiit.
Wow, I am just not... Nope. Jeez. Alright. That's the 3rd time in a row I cannot calculate lethal, apparently. So that's a bit of a bummer.
The Night Mother will guide us.
So yeah, this is cool. This is cool. It's great to see Journey to Sovngarde. in a deck. I have not seen that in a long time. Yeah, I think we're done. He's gonna kill off. Yeah. So I think we'll let him finish it off because yeah.
Death comes on silent wings. They won't even see my blade.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep killing stuff. We're not gonna be able to. We don't have the reach. I've screwed up so many times. I mean, you know, this is really cool. I'm glad we get to see it. I just wish I hadn't have misplayed so many times. That's always a bummer. But we get to see it do its thing.
What are we going after?
Very cool. Very cool, fluffy fries. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and concede there because there's no way.
This was a worthy contest.
I love to see Journey.
Think it's worth dying
Yeah, I love to see Journey go. That's awesome. And we're gonna go ahead and watch Fluffy Fries 99 take his intrepid scout list onto the ladder. I just loved. I mean, if nothing else, seeing. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna explain his plays while he goes through. Just seeing like Midnight Burial used for something other than summoning Alduin or Parthenax or something like that. It's really nice to just see that combination of decks. Now he did tell me that this was because I asked him what the inspiration was, and he said the Abomination Scout, I believe it was called, and Disciple of Nymeria before the nerf. Okay, so we didn't see Disciple of Nymeria. I don't know if she's in this list at all. I don't think so. I think that's just where he pulled the inspiration from. So, again, new player. I mean, Fluffy Fries, I think he's been around for a couple months, maybe not even that. But definitely in the community has made quite a name for himself. And it's with stuff like this. I mean, he's a high-level player, but just, it's doing things off the beaten path, which is fantastic. And it's what the game really needs, you know. It's, I mean, I get it. There's, I don't know. I wish there was like a different levels of ladder. Like you have ladder for the serious player, but I mean, there would be no way to define it. Says it looks like it's Invade in those colors. I would not be surprised. That's for sure. Breakfast Apocalypse.
I will live forever.
Oh yeah,
Paradise.
this is heck of Invade. All right, so we will see how this does against one of the trashiest decks in the world. I will say though, I just wanted to give a shout out not to Breakfast Apocalypse. I don't think, but I have been kind of trying to get the Centurion that notification, and I only do it in casual because I don't think I could. I have the wherewithal to take a neutral out like that. And the person was really awesome. I queued into somebody who had the Centurion thing, and they said, good game, and they conceded. So, I mean, obviously I didn't earn that win, but it was like somebody who already had it, who knows the grind, was like, here, have a freebie. So that was really cool. I don't think it was Breakfast Apocalypse, though. If it was, I appreciate it. It hurts me to see it invade, though. So anyway, we will see what Fluffy Fries 99 can do against invasions of all kinds. He's already got Journey in hand, which is great. He's got the Amulet in hand, which it looks like he's going to need because this seems to be a more aggressive, an aggressive list. And just like you saw in his game against me, he's able to keep those Thief Guilds. What are they called? Fence. He's able to keep the fences in play. Obviously, I had a miscalculation with my.
Commands your death.
I should have, yeah, if I had been able to play my Wardcrafter first, if I'd been smarter, it would have been a little bit different, but, I mean, it's working out that way. He did say that this deck does pretty well when he's playing in friendlies and playing people on the server. Has a little bit of trouble on the ladder, but again, this is the kind of stuff you're up against on the ladder. Stuff that you could be cross-eyed and blind and still win with. Actually, I don't know why you'd need to be both. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think, yeah, just blind. You just have to drag it. Anyway. Shadow Marking. Another card, highly underutilized. And I think we are going to see, once again, just like it was in our game, that amulet's really going to help him stabilize. He said it's a big help, obviously, against aggro and mid-range. And it does. It throws off your calculations. As you saw with mine, you're like, oh, I got this. And then you forget. I swear, that guy, the mastermind, that is freaking, what's his name? Not Elrond Hubbard. Elrond from Lord of the Rings, but Hugo Weaving. When you look at it, like if you look at the big art of the card, that is freaking Hugo Weaving. You can't convince me otherwise. Go ahead and try. Try to convince me. Nope, nope, see, you didn't do it. Couldn't do it. Nope, didn't hear you. Alright, so we got more of the invade. That was probably a bit of a hard card to hand over Spoils of War, just because this deck really depends on draw to do its thing. But as soon as you see those spider workers come down, that's what they are, right? Spider workers? Gearwork spider. When you see those come down, you know shenanigans are afoot, and you better close the game out quick, otherwise I don't know that anybody would really expect to see this coming. Even classic players, like I said, I'd played this game for a long time, and I still didn't. These Guild Fence maybe okay, need to get him out of the game somehow, but had no idea what fate was about to befall me. And yeah, once you see Journey hit, if you can't close that game out in that turn, you're like, okay, things are going to get ugly very, very quick, because you see so much of what he does. His cards, like those gearwork things, they're there to populate the board with ginormous creatures. So I'm hoping we get to see it go off even more, because with us, I can't remember. I remember seeing, like, at the last turn, it was just like this body of 8 power creatures. Alright, so admittedly in I don't want to say a complete tough spot. When you see the gate getting up that high, though, it is a bit of a tough spot. And, I mean, luckily he can get rid of the 5/5 and not lose his fence. Trade it in to get the life. And that's the kind of big brain plays when you're playing the deck. When you do certain things, you have to determine, okay, what is it more important for me to hold on to, try to keep creatures on the board, or is life gain more important at this point? And I think what he identified there, which is very accurate, is, I just love that. I love seeing Midnight Burial played in a way, which, and that's to the developer's credit. Obviously, if you're a developer, you have to be a little more aware. And that is just, it's more beautiful when you're on the same side. But even seeing it in play there, and the fact that, now I will say, Fluffy, you need to shore up these non-premiums. They probably don't look too bad by themselves, but when you put them next to these nice shiny premiums with the sparks and everything coming off, they just look so bland. But I know, like I said, just starting out, I know it can be very, you really can't. It's hard to justify crafting. Didn't draw too well this time. Hope the spiders... Yeah, spiders are keeping a minute, that's for sure. Does he have enough to... Oh, and I mean, this Harpy, if she gets rid of these spider workers, that's going to be a problem. What is she going to get rid of? I'm thinking she might get rid of the assassins. No! Okay. I'm guessing to protect the gate. And that's the second one. Hopefully...
You will die at my hand, unbeliever.
And the Centurion, we do see, I mean, they've got a Spoils of War, so even though they're running out of cards, they're not totally out. I forgot, I was checking Journey to see what, how many cards, like if you were to Journey now, how many? It doesn't look like a ton, although
They won't even see my blade.
it might be worth it to do it now.
I'll scout ahead.
Ooh, if you keep that and no. Okay, yeah. I don't know. But that, again, that's the kind of player that Fluffy Fries is. Just, I'm guessing, I haven't been able to talk to him about it, but I'm guessing he's a has played cards before, played card games before, because like I said, he showed up, and the next thing I knew, Sea City Toker was like, hey, this guy is freaking awesome. That was, if you guys remember, it was about, I want to say it's probably been about 2 weeks now, and I put a game in there, and I was like, hey, this kind of came in the last minute, right before I was doing, gonna render it out, so I wanted to go ahead and put that in there. This is, and it was that crazy where the turn lasted for like an hour, and it was just spitting out cards, and it pretty much went, a crazy OTK type situation. It was beautiful to watch. A lot of folks were like, oh my gosh, I want to see that deck. This is the architect of that deck. And if I recall, I've seen in Discord chats, there you go, there goes the gate. Yeah, he could very well pull this one out. Holy cow. He said in chat that he really didn't see, if I recall, I don't want to misrepresent, but I thought I remember him saying that he did not see why go with a 3-color deck, a 3-attribute deck, because you get the more consistency with the 2-color. And I think most of the decks that I've seen in play or seen in post have been the 2-color. And I think really the only answer to that is something like with Dagoth, House Dagoth, where some of the cards, Daddy Dagoth and the Hand of Dagoth, are 3-attribute cards. So I think for certain lists or for certain players, it is those 3-attribute cards that kind of keep you coming back, which is why, veteran, and then for
Chimeric spirit of the sky, guide
oh,
us.
okay, all right. But on the whole, I think for those, I don't know, but I've seen a lot of Spoils of War, great pickup there. Needs to really just another Spoils of War, and those Thieves Guild fences are just putting in the work. And see, I think one of the key things to consider, or that you have to think about, is when do you pull the trigger on Journey? Now, it would be very unexpected for Breakfast, I think, to be running the Grummite. But if he is, like, yeah, you do have to concern yourself with it. I think that's the only card that can destroy an action in your hand, I believe. So yeah, unless you're playing Strength, you don't have to worry about it. But you don't want to hold on to it too long.
Lord Dagon commands your death.
So I gotta say, despite the fact that it is Invade, I think Arachis' Sorcerer deck put up a better fight. I mean, the game's not over yet. And I think it looks like Breakfast he's not playing, like, we haven't seen Invasion Party or anything like that. I'm not trying to take anything away from either player, but we have not seen Invade do what Invade does so many times, especially with willpower. Now that, ooh.
Leave no move we can't anticipate.
A cruel and fantastic synergy. And I did tell Fluffy Fries, I said I remembered when Abomination was being played with frequency. If I caught wind that that's what was being played, sometimes it took a turn or two, but if I did, I would a lot of times just concede, just because it, and I think this deck is more fair. I think you have a better chance, you have a fighting chance with this deck more so than the Abomination deck. I think what made it abominable was just how brutal it was. It just, your percentage, your win rate was ridiculous with it, which, I mean, there are some decks, K Fluffy has sent me some, Aros, and I know City has, given me decks that have 30, you've gone 34 and 2.
I will live
so
in paradise.
There, having fantastic win rates with decks is not a completely rare thing. But at least here, I mean, just notice the amount of kind of planning and weighing you have to do in order to pilot it correctly. You could do all this and still lose, but it is. I call these decks, it's a little more like Solitaire. You're not so much playing your opponent as you are playing against your deck. It's like a very involved game of Solitaire, but I mean, you do have an opponent who is trying to end you, unless they're a control deck. Which I wonder if that's actually harder because they have more removals and things to just kind of you know, sap your will to live. But it isn't so much, I don't think, about beating your opponent. It's working with what you've got in your hand and working with your strategy. And look at that. We are going to see Gearwork Spider Goliaths. Boom. Boom, boom. Wait. Okay. See, that's my silliness. I thought they were going to be huge. Maybe they come back huge after they die here. I don't know. I thought they would be big. Gear. This one's big, right? Yeah. Shelter given? Oh well. Either way, he's in a pretty good position here with 48 health. Just trying to close it out against Breakfast Apocalypse. The scary thing is, as long as that gate is on there and it's getting momentum, it can turn just like that. And it doesn't require any finesse or any of this cool stuff we've seen Fluffy Fries do. All it requires is play invade. And yeah, that deck is getting dangerous now, so Fluffy Fry is really going to need to find a lethal, another assassin, and get her to stick, because otherwise the cards that are going to start coming down are going to be the problematic.
What a new world!
And all the size in the world doesn't help you if they've got ward, lethal, and charge. There we go. You got your first. Oof. There. Okay, he's already got all the keywords. So the only good news is that Apocalypse is out of cards. And Fluffy Fries has a lot of health to get through. Got a Mastermind, aka Hugo Weaving. Come on, that's Hugo Weaving. They're not even trying. Like, he's even got the mouth.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
There you go. Big, beefy one. Boom. Let's get another big one. That's not what we need. Ooh.
I bark and burn. This is interesting.
Wow, could we see? Ooh. We might watch these beefy boys take out a 15-level gate just with brute force. I mean, Breakfast is probably, he's going to have to kill off. He might do it. And I don't want to be patronizing. If he's smart, if he's got Daedra in hand, he's going to kill off. He'll replace 2 of those cards in there because it'll give him everything that the little demonic Goofy has over here. Sad little Goofy dog. It's going to give them Drain, but more important, lethal, probably guard, and ward. I mean, that's just kind of the way luck goes. But as it stands now, he would have to sacrifice, like, just destroy the creatures in order to spawn them. Otherwise, his gate's going down next turn, and he is probably done. He is not going to get the gate up to that level again. And with Fluffy having an entire army of beefed up, journeyed or sojourned cards coming in. Oh, what am I thinking? Could he close it out next turn? He could, 18, no wait, 12, 20. He could close it out next game. I don't think Breakfast has the Daedra. He's just done.
I do not think that.
So it would seem. Whew, golly day. Alright, so barring a prophecy, Fluffy takes down.
It's been an engaging hunt.
Whew! It got a little tight there, but Fluffy pulled it off. So surprising no one, I'm sure. You know, I was wrong about the Gearwork Spiders. They come out of the grave as 1/1s. They don't get the journey buff. I guess because I don't really know why. I haven't worked that out yet, but I did ask about it. I said, yeah, it's better to get them out of your deck, though, or off the board. Clear them out so that you don't just have a board full of 1/1s that you have to off. All right, so he is... Doesn't look like High Elf Guest. I'm going to call him Norm. I don't know why, but I'm going to call him Norm because High Elf Guest is obnoxious. So Norm is running, obviously, the rally version. It is awful, although you can get some good use out of the drain vitalities there because you really don't want those guys doing their... Yeah. Getting 2 rallies off every turn would be problematic. Looks like those 2 rallies both landed on her. And she's beefy. She's mighty. But that's at Thieves Guild fence there. He's got the amulet in hand. He's got a lot of draw power in the enchanted plate. So he is going to start assembling his... And spider workers, steelwork spiders.
You waste my breath.
Right. But yes, Norm is definitely giving him the what for. This is not the Ebonheart Slay Ebonheart where you essentially... Oh!
End of the road.
That is a lot of support. You know, I said it before and I'll say it again. It's the people that run supports that run a ton of support removal. And Denise. Denise runs a ton of support removal regardless. But it's always the ones that are, you know, trying to use the heck out of their supports that typically run a lot of removal. Which, to be fair, I don't think I saw in Fluffy Fry's deck at all. Obviously, he's got the Necro Amulets, but I think those are the only ones he uses. And I don't think I remember seeing him play like a Shadow Fen or... Yeah, any kind of support removal. But usually... Oh no! Oh, please! Fluffy Fries, I need you to win this one. This is like invasion level stuff right here. I just really despise that little Doom Ripper turd muffin. There's Elrond again. Another Elrond. This deck is like 95% draw, which is awesome.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
And luckily his fence is got a ton of health because that Dune Ripper is probably... Oh. I get focused on the wrong stuff. Like, I'm focused on him building that up, and I'm not seeing his health total dwindle. I mean, without that amulet there, I'm afraid Norm is going to have a ton of ways to finish this thing off. He's also running a ton of draw. Look at that. Holy cow. This is like draw versus draw. And... Whew.
I bark and burn. This is interesting.
I mean, I would love to see a comeback from this, but I just don't know. I don't think he... He's drawn. He's drawn for days.
I bark and burn.
Finish off. That's helpful. Really putting that fence to good use. The problem is, if Norm has lane... Oh, and there's the amulet. Came too late. I have a feeling that Dune Ripper is going to shift over a lane, probably with some... with a... No? Really?
So
that is a surprise. I've never seen Dune Ripper not be able to go off. So, Necro Amulet might be the saving grace here. And he does have a finish off for the Dune Ripper. He's probably going to... I think he's going to get rid of... Well... He's only going to gain 2 life. Is it 1 or 2? I think it's just 1. Yeah. So he'll get 1 for the Thieves Guild recruit. I don't think he wants his fence to die. Can finish off. So you can clear the board. Get him up to 6 health. But that is just within Tazcad range. So I think he's going to just have to see what Spoils of War can do for him. He can afford to ping face with the one to discount that a little bit more. Get that down to a 3 cost.
Honor and praise to you.
Uh-oh, hopefully Fluffy Fries is alright. This is a little unexpected. I thought he was just really working through the turn, but he may... It doesn't look like he lost connection. Oh no! Maybe he had to go? He's really having to hurry now. These need time. Finish off, hurry up, finish off. Oh no, if he didn't finish off. He didn't get a chance to finish off. Oh no, Fluffy Fries.
I will not waste words on one so ugly.
The mirror hungers for blood.
Went away for 1 second, he said. So yeah, so Norm is running, ironically, running a deck that is not of the norm. We've got Namira.
What are we going after?
Defeated.
May the fates smile.
Ooh, and he just needs... I mean, I don't know if he can win if he survives this turn, but... all Norm needs is just a teeny tiny buff.
See how an orc
No.
fights.
The mirror hungers for blood.
Okay. Can he battle back? Now, why didn't he play? Okay. This is interesting here because I'm thinking play him as guards. Maybe he's just going, there's just no way I can... What's going on here?
They've no move we can't anticipate.
I mean, he's building that beefy board, but wouldn't you want to guard that lane? Or maybe he just knows there's just no way to do this. I think his only hope is to draw those. No.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
All right, so he's doing the gain health thing
What are we going after?
that we saw him do in our game. That was very effective.
What have we here?
Oof. He needs to get above 10 right now. He's only got 2 guards.
They won't even see my blade coming.
The Black Hand sees all.
Oh, he's just runs out of time. I mean, he's got this next turn.
Heals and rejuvenates.
If Norm does not have a way to get... Okay. Okay. Looks like Fluffy Fries is still in it. Holy cow. And he does have a nice shiny fence. Oh no! But he has the board to deal with them. That's the crazy thing about it. He's got the finish off for Gortwog. And he can actually, with the Thieves Guild fence, he can actually take out...
Steal from folks who ain't you.
Ah, Norm. Why you gotta run that? Those Guardians. This is... Go. See, he's just gaining life the whole time. Not enough. He's got to keep that Thieves Guild alive, or the fence alive as long as possible to keep getting the discounts.
I will keep Sothasil's people alive.
More assassins. As you say.
I lurk in the shadows.
I mean, he just tiptoed on the brink. He was tippy-toeing on the brink of destruction. And that's, I think, you know what? I mean, yeah, I mean, the game was a little bit weird. My numbers were off a little bit, but I really think that's the true nefarious nature of this deck, the true deviousness of the deck. You think you've got him. You think you're close. But in reality, when this deck goes off, and we've seen now the 3 games we've seen, it can go off in a heartbeat. You just realize, nope, didn't have a chance. Did not have a chance. Now, Norm is overdrawing. And unless he's got another set of AL Guardians to drop down, Ooh, no! Norm, that's dirty! That is dirty as heck.
No move we can't anticipate.
Wow. Wow. Oh, here I thought he had it. Thought he had it next turn. This comes. Oh, really? He's only got 5 cards left in his deck. Yeah, this is graveyard. He's got 47, 48. Yeah, he's oh man. So yeah, it's gonna be close. Like
I lurk in the shadows, waiting.
oh no, it's a Tiny Brotherhood
They
assassin.
won't even see my blade.
What are you doing in there, Tiny? There's the big one.
I lurk in the shadows.
So yeah, he's gonna be. There's another one. You need them all. Oh no! Oh, I think he loses because it takes a rune away whenever you overdraw. So I think that's why he didn't play that. Because I think he is, and that's a heads up play. All right, so does High Elf Guest? Does he have? He has 12, 18, 21, 22. He has exact lethal right now. Exact lethal. He no longer has exact lethal. Not even close. Oh, what a way to go.
They've no move
The black
we
hand
can't
sees all.
anticipate.
What a way to go. And you had that one turn. You can't stop the Blood Magic Lord from doing his thing.
It is
I lurk in the
He's gonna overdraw himself into death. Bam, out of cards. What a way to go. And Fluffy Fries is back, giving us one more game. Look at that, that is Elrond. That is freaking Hugo Weaving. Even little mouth, like the way the mouth, like that's one of those dead giveaways. But anyway, I don't believe the point. Yeah, didn't want to end on that note, and I'm pretty sure if Fluffy can avoid vanishing for a turn or most of a turn, like I think honestly he could have closed the game out probably a turn before the red year had he been able to play all the cards he needed to, the finish off and everything. So I would not be surprised to see another decisive win here up against XX Falco. See, that's another kind of hallmark of higher players. I look at the colors and go, okay, probably not invade, goody. But Fluffy Fries looking at that, he's counting the other deck, sees that there's 86 cards in Falco's deck, goes, what's going on? What's up with that? And hey, and kudos to Norm. Unfortunately, that's the only name we've got for him, for not really running. It wasn't a Slay Ebonheart. There was really nothing normal about it per se. Didn't bring out the crossbow until the very end. When we saw the red year, which I guess a lot of decks are running that now, but I just think he was running a relatively fresh deck as well. Certainly was not like this. This is like Abomination Scout Mark II. For some reason, it just doesn't have the ugly face of the Abomination Scout. It looks nicer. It seems friendlier, but it's still just as ruthless. And I would be curious. I gotta believe 75% of this deck is just draw power. But it goes to show you, like, and usually I'll do that. Like, as soon as I've played a game where the bane of my downfall was the fact that I wasn't able to draw enough cards, I'll try to cram a whole lot of draw power in there. And then the next game I've got 10 cards and I'm overdrawing because I don't have anything to do with them. So there is a balance to be found or to be had between having a ton of draw but having something to do, being able to get those cards out of your hand at the same time. And that's why the fence is so effective, because it gives a discount as you're drawing those so that you can get them out of your hand and you're not clogging it up there. It seems that Falco, the pack leader, is kind of contemplating the greater mysteries of life. Another Elrond. I gotta say, it's like cards like this. I can't remember. Guildsworn, Dominion Battle Reap. Duh, jeez. Like that's a card. Like I just like the art of the card. I like the card itself, and that's a 3 attribute. So that's another example of, okay, I'll play Dominion because I want to play that particular card. And you can only do it if you're going to play the 3 colored. So, but yeah, really, really nice art there. Oh, I will get back to you, my friend. Somebody just reached out to me there, and I want to reply, but I don't want to muddy up the board here. So I will hit him up once this game is over. I'll still have a few more games to record. I think we've got a nice batch here, 4 games with my game included.
You vex me for the last
And this game
time.
could go on for an hour just because Falco is really taking his time. Could be new. A Journey to Sovngarde discount. Very nice. Very nice.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
Alright, he got rid of his 3rd Elrond.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
See, they try to throw you off with a voice. It's like, it can't be Hugo Weaving. He doesn't sound Australian. Yeah, Hugo Weaving's Australian. I don't know if you knew that or not. Along with Hugh Jackman and like 95% of all the movie stars you see. Oh boy, here we go. I mean, he doesn't rope it, but that's another deceptive thing. You're like, okay, we haven't actually got down to the rope. You haven't heard it burn yet. But I feel like he's going right up to that point. I don't think it's intentional. I'm not trying to assign any malice. But I know, Fluffy has places to be. Oh, okay, so maybe not. Maybe he's just having connection issues. Like I said, you never want to assume the worst. It doesn't do any good anyway. But man, it's like, come on. Come on.
Their deaths await.
All right, hey. That's another card you don't see very often. Yeah, that's exactly. All right, is able to get rid of the fence. Fluffy does not have another one in hand. We might see the amulet come down here just to, just to kind of help him stabilize a bit. And I guess that is the one tricky thing. I mean, we've seen 4 games where he's been able to draw the fences, which is crucial, I think, to this deck. I mean, there's only 3, and that's another reason why you don't want to, like, especially with the build that he's doing, you want to go with 2 attributes because this really hinges on you. You want to be able to draw Journey reliably, and I really think those fences are a huge part of this. That's not a big brain observation. That's just what it is. So it would be very difficult to I think to successfully run this in a 3 attribute deck just because you can't. Your chances of drawing those pieces are reduced considerably. Ooh, let's see what he's going to give him. Probably Midnight Burial? Because he has no way to resurrect. Oh no, he's going to give him... Okay, he says, I don't care if you can gain health. That is not important to me. They are tied. Fluffy does have a broken rune, though. So he's a little bit behind the 8-ball. And unfortunately he's got those 2 finish offs, but no board. So I think this is where you can see the... And maybe he wants that, actually, so he can hit face while also not giving him cards, so that he can ping down and get his, say... what are those called? Never mind. The 5 costs, it gets reduced. You know what I'm talking about. There, he's going to snag that fence, I'm sure. Yeah, Midnight Burial to Dominion. Pretty much worthless. As I don't think Dominion has any way of restoring things that are in the graveyard. So hopefully Fluffy can get that fence to stick. If he does, I think we're going to start seeing some shenanigans. And Falco's going to be like, what happened?
I have many important
Oh, and
things
the
on my
thieves,
mind.
the fence goes down. It looks like Falco's going to be trying to close this out in the next few turns. He probably doesn't know what's up, but he knows something's going on. And man,
What have we here?
just looking for anything to populate the board with. He's got nothing but items and actions right now. I mean, obviously he's got the little gearwork spider, but... Alright. There you go, another fence. Alright, we're starting to see the wheels are getting a little traction. They're starting to dig into the dirt, dig into the... They're spinning a little bit still. They haven't fully bit, but... Come on, one turn with that Thieves Guild. Well, I guess an Enchanted Plate and Expunger, the only two draw that he has at the moment. But again, that finish off is looking really good for Ancano. All he has to do is touch one of those gearwork spiders. Just a touch. And he will be destroyed. Yeah, this is... So we are seeing... And it'll be interesting. I wouldn't count him out yet, certainly. But this we are seeing now, this is what I would consider a bad draw. This is the deck drawing not the way you want it to draw.
We'll see.
Alright. So now he's got 2 ripe targets for his finish offs. Oh, I forgot he's got 3 of them. See, and that happened before, as Arachis, I think, pointed out as well, as other people have shown. That far left. And I'm left-eye dominant, that's so weird. But that far left card, there was in one of my games, it was a Leaf Lurker. And I used to finish off instead because I didn't see the Leaf Lurker because he was too far to the left. So I don't know what's going on, but I totally missed that finish off. And Falco, we saw signs that he might have had an unstable connection earlier. He's probably not liking what he's seeing now, if he can see it at all.
I bark and burn.
This is definitely the stuff of nightmares as the earworks flood the board. Again, Fluffy, we need you to make those premiums, buddy. They got to be shiny. It's hurting my eyes. They're so dull and drab. And are they? Oh, God, they're commons too. Come on, man. That's what, 50 or 100? I think it's 100. 100 gems, which is hard. As I said before, and I think I started saying, relatively new to the game, so I'm sure still building the deck, or still building his collection. Probably nowhere near complete at this point. Yeah. I will say I think this is definitely an involuntary disconnect is what we're witnessing here. This is not, I don't think Falco's intentionally doing it. Which doesn't change the end result. Regardless of whether it's malicious or not, it still makes for a slow and somewhat unexciting game. But no, it looks like Falco's back into the mix. Might expunge his... Well, no. He's facing off against a piddly little 0/1 critter there. He doesn't have to worry about his... God, that card just bothered me. Does that not bother you? I can't make it bigger because then the card art covers this gross... it bothers me, and I want to say that it bothers me. The head does not belong in there. It's like it got hit with a shrink ray, just the head. He's like, aha, I see the wind's favorite. Oh my goodness gracious, my head is the sign of a P. What's going on? Okay. Is that a premium? It is. Which means our Falco here has either getting that nice discount on the Spoils of War, which was the card I was trying to remember from before. All the stuffs.
I lurk in the shadows. Wait. They won't even see my blade coming.
Oh, and there we go. Giant Elrond. Giant Ungolem. Look at Ungolem being all relevant now.
I lurk in the shadows.
Half a dozen. Bam, right here. Ungolem. Jeez. Like I said, I love Journey. And I remember Journey got a nerf. I think it was a cost. I think it went from 6 to 7 or something. And I remember people were like, demanding their gems back. And I think they offered that. They said you could dust it and you would get your full gem thing restored. Then Kira Konsul was like, it's still a freaking awesome card. And everybody's like, oh, okay. And I think I was one of them. I don't think I dusted it, but I'm just watching all the other people. I'm like, these guys know better than I do. And they say it's a crap card now. Well, and I might have been a lemming back then. You know, I'm just kind of trusting the community to know what's up. And then one guy just goes, no, the Emperor doesn't have any clothes. And you're like, everybody's like, oh yeah, no, okay, that's fine. Sometimes that's all it takes. We got ginormous Hugo Weaving Elrons here. Burning letters. I mean, he's even got the eyebrow, like Hugo Weaving has like the eyebrow furrow, that very distinct, hard, the lines there when he's doing this number. It's even got those there.
Goodbye.
When you look at a lot of the art, not all of it, but a lot of the art in Elder Scrolls, like some of the, I would say like, not like the Navigator, proportions aside, it's just a different art style. But some of these cards, like the Indoro Mastermind, you can tell it looks like they used, even if it wasn't somebody that you recognized, it was like a human model. Like the faces are just too real looking. Does he have enough to close it out now? That's 9. I guess we'll find out together. And, oh yeah, he has had it in spades. So he's gonna close this out here. Ping. Ping. Oh no! Oh no, is he gonna be spared at the last minute? Expunge means no shackle. Is it a piercing javelin? I mean, it's pretty much over either way. So maybe Falco lost a connection here, or he's just like, I've lost. I don't know. This was a bit of a confusing game in that regard, but we did see Fluffy Fly's drawing.
What are we going
Yeah.
after? They've no move we can't anticipate.
So he's just going to play out the cards there, just kind of as a little bit of a retribution. I still don't know that Falco did it on purpose. Maybe, but when you see those random disconnects, because I don't know what happens, like when you, like, I don't know about you, but you can see down, like, I'll have disconnects where I see this like little X and it flashes saying that I'm disconnected. I don't know if that shows up as the actual disconnect part for my opponent or if it's only, I don't know. I'm just saying, it might not have been, but it does seem a little suspicious. And there's the opponent waiting to reconnect. So yeah, maybe it was intentional, who knows. But we got to see Fluffy Fries utilize his deck even when he drew the bad half of it first. Still managed to pull off a victory. Very nicely done, sir. Alrighty, having wrapped up, Fluffy Fries had to leave, had some other things he had to get done, but we got to see some great games from him, and I wanted to get a few more before we call this a day. And OmarilloDesigns, Amarillo Designs is in process, and we can see now, I think he might be messaging me at the moment, which I always feel bad about when anytime I start messaging somebody and I realize they're in a game, because I know I'm probably distracting from it. But we'll see if he can. Okay, so he said he is. I asked what was going on. He said, I am counting calories, shedding pounds. I'm gonna get ripped. Just you watch. Which I will admit is a little bit tricky because I don't know what he looks like now, but. Caloric deficit stage. Okay, so this is a new era Empire. Drawing it a little early. Can he do anything with that unicorn? Fighters Guild, yes. He can get the Fighters Guild going in, or the Tree Minder. Probably the Tree Minder. Because he can save that lethal for something else. The caloric sweet spot. Yeah, I'm because I told him, he's looking to get ripped. I'm just looking to lose about 30 pounds.
I do not.
Okay, so okay. I was gonna say he's gonna use the 1-2 on that, but boink. I think he'll pilfer with those two, buff him up a little bit. Won't be able to get his Thieves Guild, but that's a great combo. The Thieves Guild, Thieves Den with the unicorn.
Let's go then.
Every time she hits, it makes, or it hits. I'm gonna say it's a she. Every time she hits, ooh, look at that, a shiny premium Thieves' Den. That looks infinitely nicer.
Together, we will make.
Look at that, it's like a whole little diorama thing in there. That's so snazzy looking. But yeah, I mean, now you've got a 7/8. That gives pretty much everything charge, if you had anything. Oh, imagine that with Tullius's conscription. Holy cow. He's still a few turns off, unfortunately, but I think that's his master plan. So we're just seeing some great builds from folks here.
I won't be expecting this.
All right, so Wolverama. Wolverama. Maybe just Wolverama. Champion of the arena.
These streets are mine.
Oh, not a finish off, not a finish off. I want to see the unicorn do things with Tullius's conscription. Or at least Praetorian Commander.
I will keep Sothasil's people alive.
I mean, 4/4 charge isn't bad. See, he's in a tricky place because he can go on the offensive right now, but there we go. Okay, I was gonna say yeah, but he's got to also be watching
Soldiers, form up.
the fact that he has 10 life, and if Wolverama has any cards on the board, it's a problem. Oh my gosh, he's gonna pull it off just like that, just like that.
Apologies.
OmarilloDesigns with a comeback win. We're going to take another look at Amarillo's deck here. We get to see, we got the nice shiny premium there. Yeah, because I want to see, I said, you know, I really want to see the unicorn in conjunction with Tullius's conscription. He said, that is the plan. So, yeah, you know, in this case, obviously we saw at least one new era, so it is being run, but it seems to be more of a stopgap in order to allow some more uncommon plays and uncommon construction survive in a very harsh and competitive meta. Could see a ring out for the Thieves' Den, and already put his 5th Legion trainer out of harm's way. At least for the moment. Don't know what Dooku 77 is gonna play. In my experience, there's always something that makes that my opponent's able to play that screw up my. I think I'm invincible. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I'm out of harm's way, and then it's like, oh, they've got a Gavel the Ordinator or something like that.
Training is over. It's time to act.
The Mages Guild gave this one a home. This one will never.
Oof. I was just thinking, like, unfortunately, the rally didn't get to rally on anything. But it's hard. I mean, obviously, you can't. I mean, a prophecy's a prophecy, but
It's okay. Stay behind.
Ooh, another powerful blow there.
This one will
Divine Fervor is not going to help, unfortunately. So Amarillo in a bit of a tight spot. Contesting the field lane. Right now, that guard will trade with both. Don't see that guard very often either. So hey, you know, it's been kind of a nice change between the folks that were watching play and even the opponents. We're seeing something out of the norm. We're seeing some decks that are out of the norm, and that's always nice. Oh, all the pieces are coming together, but
Chimera, spirit of the sky, guide us.
Nicely done.
I don't know what that's called for. I mean, not that it was
Soldiers, form up.
particularly nicely done. I mean, it's a nice bit. I feel like it's a little, well, okay, so Dooku 77 is most assuredly
And he will have it.
running control.
Walk
Ooh,
with our Lord.
that looks like she, you know what? She looks like she could use an Edict of Abzura, an Edict of Azura. No? Is he going to ring it out, or is he just going to leave it as it? Can't leave that in. Yeah. He's got to swing for the faces. Nope. Okay, Dooku 77. Either it's honest praise, in which case it's not quite as necessary, or you're being disingenuous. Either case. That's not bad consistency for a 3-attribute deck. Oh, for crying out loud. I know K Fluffy said, I was watching one of K Fluffy's game and he had a, I don't know if you even call that a taunter. I don't know what you, just a hyper emoter. Somebody who just has to emote often. Is Dooku, he is the attrition control. He is waiting for, I was gonna say, yeah, you want to get rid of that before you do the. K Fluffy was able to tune him out. He had something like this and said it wasn't even the worst one. And we see Dooku 77 living the charmed life of somebody who's drawn their late game handily. I mean, Manticore is a 10 cost, Night Talon Lord's an 8 cost, Calgren Teed is an 11 or 12. Alright, so okay. Now he's looking to close it out now, so conscription isn't gonna get it done, but 2 conscriptions in a row, it is possible. Who knows, because none of that stuff has breakthrough, so if he gets the right stuff. Nope, that was the worst possible outcome pretty much, and I think that might be the end. Need the 5th Legion to come down first. And yeah, that's game. Wanting another prophecy, nope.
May the Hist aid me.
Dooku 77, demonstrating what it looks like to have no class. Alright, so we are jumping in with one more game with OmarilloDesigns, because I really would like to see the unicorn do its thing with conscription. It's a great concept. I'd like to see it do well. Might observe 1 or 2 more games after this with some other folks, but definitely want to see this one in action one more time.
I'll whip them into shape.
It's definitely a very crowded Friday evening. We've got 15 friends on today, or at the moment, which is always a pleasant experience. This game's starting off a little bit better than the last one. Considerably better, actually. Against Azure Puss. Azure Puss? Puss. I'm gonna say something naughty! Ooh, Empire Oathman. I love. Really?
How can I serve orders?
I mean, that's bold. If he removes the will. Oh, I guess. All right, so now the Empire Oathman comes on. Very, very wise. They're actually realizing that
Move aside. Imperial
the Thieves Guild was probably not going to be the target of any kind of removal by Azure. We're not going to say anything. Oh, and get to concede! And this will probably be the last one for the day. We are watching Arachis.NPO work his magic
for the Black Hand
against Sir Locko the Dragonborn. And we are coming in on turn 6, but really no blood has been drawn as of yet. Clearly up against Slay Evanhart. Not really sure what Arachis is running at this point. Could just be a solid build Sork. Clockwork Dragon, great for the damage here. Not necessarily for the drain, I wouldn't imagine. Although Arachis certainly isn't hurting for cards. That's always a hard part, though, when you've got a card, you know, like even like the Evanhart Oracle, 3/5 may be a great body, but you may not want to heal for 6 on the next play, and it's a moot point anyway. As Arachis gets shackled, and now he's going to have some really ripe target. That's a great fingers there. And he's going to have his choice of options with his piercing twilight. What doesn't he want to see ever again? I'm guessing he's holding on to that mummify for something like Odaving or one of those big cards you just don't want to see resurrected again. You mummify it, and you don't have to worry about it. So Sirlocko can't play a finish off, so at least he'll survive for one more turn. Can do Channel Storm if Arachis is feeling. I'd say Channel Storm and Dustfang. Get some card draw there. Really. Oh, but he can't. He can't do 4 damage right now, so he couldn't get rid of. So he makes the trade. He's going to hold off on that. What is he going to get rid of? I would say the Necromancers. No? Okay. But that's at least one less target for them to bring back. There's Brother of the Sanctuary. And there is one of the... Oh boy, that's rough. That's rough. Nice card draw engine there. Probably going to get the mummified treatment. Or it's just maybe a harpy.
Are you listening to me? You better be.
Nope. Not going to risk it. Without that, I mean, well, yeah, no, because he could have Unstoppable Rage, and that would have been a ton of value. Thorana gets silenced, but not before she gets those 0-cost mummifies in there that Sirlocko now must take into account, as he is facing down an opponent with a decent board
to end your life.
and not a few cards in hand, which is the same as saying a decent amount of cards in hand. Ooh, a night to remember with... Well, I guess you could do that to Thorana. Well, you could do with anything, really. And then Dragon Priest it. Nope, he's going for the damage and the card draw. See what he can pull. Lurking Mummy. Alright, so he's running some prophecies in this deck. I mean, obviously I saw the Shrieking Harpy, but that's kind of a normal include for a Sork deck. Doesn't necessarily mean that there is... What is she... Oh, I thought she had butterflies going on. Like I had a... Right there. I thought those were butterflies, but it's just her collar flapping in the wind.
Surrender or die.
You surrender. Harpy goes bye-bye. I'm trying to think if there's a way... Arachis can't really get through that 1-1 at the moment.
We must protect our stronghold.
Looking to finish off the Tel'Vos Magister. And it's going to do it with the Mummy. So he is... Arachis has stalled out a little bit here, but he has forced Sirlocko to use a lot of cards that he would usually use for his late game, just to kind of stabilize. Oh, excuse me. Which he has arguably done, or is in the process of doing. Arachis has too many cards in hand right now for that to really be called stabilizing, though. Necromancer, what is he going to bring back? Not really anything. I mean, maybe the Harpy? Not any really good targets there, yeah. Shackle down. Red Brahmin. In a move of that is drenched in irony. The card that comes down and shackles an entire lane is now shackled himself. And we'll see if Sirlocko's little 1-1 can hold off. Oh, does he have the squish? Of course he does. Of course he does. And that might be a GG from Arachis.
I mete out the tribunal's justice.
Hey, well, it's good to see a veteran in the mix. He can Knight to remember the Harpy to lock down that Night Talon Lord, but if he's got another squish, I think that's his second one. I don't think he's used all three of them, no. So unless Sir Locko has another one in hand, he has a pretty good chance of getting through, but the health total right now is just so abysmal. Maybe Dragon Mask on the Harpy. But I mean, that's a stay of execution. He just doesn't... I'm guessing Arachis has a pretty nice end game, but he doesn't have any of that in his hand right now. That's a sad little Firestorm. They'd get rid of Red Brahmin, but that's about it. Tough call. Tough call. And he doesn't really have anything for his Necromancer to bring back either.
A few drinks. Yeah.
Check it out. Unfortunately, he puts his Harpy in harm's way. The 4-3 will be able to trade with it. Just kidding. Actually, it still will. Red Brahmin will sacrifice his life. I'm guessing? No. Oh, that's it. That's GG. Oh, got very close. Very, very close. But it's what once if you know, I've actually got it where if an Ebonheart deck has ramped, you know, with like the
I meet out the tribunals.
The 1/4. Oh gosh, it's been a Venom Tongue. I was able to ramp with a Venom Tongue like once or twice. I just concede because it's rarely worth it to keep playing at that point. But it looks like Arachis is going to stick with it. I mean, he's got all of his runes. If he can find a way to get rid of the Night Talon Lord. I think he's waiting to get some cards here.
Now, where was I? Oh, yes.
Reanimate. He doesn't have anything to reanimate that's worth anything. Yeah.
Nobody breaks the law on my watch.
He's doing what I've done it before. Hey, finish out the game, which Sir Locko seems obliged to do. He's not sitting back. He's pushing in. Didn't have lethal on that turn exactly, even if he had been able to hit with Night Talon Lord, I don't think. Yeah. That is how the game goes sometimes, unfortunately. Man, he's got, between Reanimate, Mana Marco... Well, Mana Marco brings back an opponent something. What could he be bringing back? Okay. 7, 8, 9... 13? The game's not over. The game is not over, technically, if I did my math right. 17. Yeah, no, it is. It's exactly lethal. No, it's not. It's not over.
Where was I? Oh,
it has been my honor.
Murder.
I mean, all he needs is an Archer's Gambit, though. Oh, no, he can't use Archer's Gambit. His lanes are full. So he'd need a charge. I mean, Ice Storm... Well, not really. I mean, Ice Storm would clear up a lot. He could clear up that whole lane. Thorana would still be around, though, and that's all he would need. Although Firestorm... So yeah, if he survives, he can clear the entire deck. And he can't do anything. He can't bring anything back. The lanes are full. Okay, now that makes it harder. And there's the Archer's Gambit. Whew. Sorry, Arachis, but you put up a good fight. And that's going to do it for today. I don't know about you all, but that was like a breath of fresh air getting to see some decks that are played outside of the norm, both from Amarillo and from Fluffy Fries. Very happy to see that. And again, if you've got something like, hey, here's a deck I'm trying out, I'd like to showcase it, happy to do it. We don't have to do the whole showcase thing or the focus thing. We can just show a few games, however many you want to play. I was prepared to go to up about 9 or 10 games with anybody in particular, just for an episode. But if you can only do 1 or 2, then that's fine as well. But anyway, it was great to see that stuff. Great to see some other things in the mix. I will be posting Fluffy Fries. He was gracious enough to let me have the deck. I said, usually when people see a really cool deck, they ask for the deck list. So that will be in the description below. So if you've watched this far, or you read the description, you'll see it in there. And he said, yeah, because he's like, hey, the deck can always use more work, more tweaking, more workshopping. I think it looks pretty darn good as it is, but it is a humble spirit that says, hey, it can always get better, right? So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for those who put your prowess on display, and until next time, keep playing.